welcome back. It is a Freaky Friday edition of Liquid Lunch today. You're watching Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV. I'm John Tobacco. We're coming to you live as we do every single day, noon to 2 Eastern, from the Question Tequila Studios. We're in downtown Manhattan, right down the street at the New York Stock Exchange. The Bulls are on a run after the left was talking about last week. The China trade is falling apart and the market's down 400. Recovered all of that 400. We're up 300 today, well above 28,000. Great news for everyone. Fret not, have a drink, enjoy your weekend. Even better news is when Maureen Callahan joins us in studio.
Oh, thank you. Hello.
How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm really, like, when I don't see the rundown till like right before the show, so today I saw you before I saw the rundown, and I was just so happy that you were here.
Thank you.
I love you here. You're great. She's one of the finest writers. She's the author of American Predator.
New York Times bestseller.
New York Times best-selling book, American Predator, which, by the way, Mike Gallagher just, Frank said that, what term did you use?
I
you said he devoured
that
it
is the term
on his flight.
That's right.
American Predator details the story of the most meticulous serial killer of all time, who the FBI hunted for 14 years. You got to check it out. She broke this thing down, and it's
not just the FBI, the Texas Rangers,
New York Times bestseller. Right?
Thank you. Yeah.
Wonderful, and she's the top columnist at the New York Post, which is my favorite paper right here. My grandfather worked for the New York Post.
I love it.
I'm a postman at heart.
I've always been
much love.
Posty.
So your most recent column talks about how the keeper of the crypt has unlocked the box and Hillary has popped back up again, and you think she's planning another run.
I think we've seen the strongest indicator yet that she really, really, really wants to run. She appeared, of all places, on the Howard Stern show on
very
Wednesday.
Human. 2.5 hours.
Sounding very human, sounding very relatable, the most relaxed and conversational I think I've ever heard her. And what was curious about this is that Stern had begged her during the 2016 campaign to come on the show. And she ignored his pleas. And he said after the election, had she just done the show, he was sure the needle would have moved her way.
And some of the listeners seem to agree with Howard on that analysis. She, when she wasn't blaming James Comey or the Russians or the Electoral College for not winning, she seemed to agree with that as well. But your column did a great job touching upon the human side of Hillary that we saw in that interview. If people didn't see or hear any of the interview, let's give a watch.
Yes or no in high school?
Boyfriends, yes.
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 Serious boyfriend?
No.
No one you ever said, I'm in love?
No.
You had not been in love yet?
No.
Bill was the first guy you loved?
No. There was,
no?
There was somebody before him. Yeah.
Somebody before Bill that you would have considered marrying?
No. I would not have considered marrying.
But in love?
But in love.
We never hear about this guy. Oh, is this guy probably pissed he didn't close the deal,
We
right?
should have locked that down, right? No.
He would have been at Oklahoma last night.
I mean, I dated a lot of different people, and I liked a lot of them.
You were popular.
I was pretty popular.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a side of her we didn't really get to see much of during the campaign.
No, we didn't. We never saw her sort of just engage in such, vulnerable, interesting conversation. She also spoke a lot about her brother having passed away earlier this year, two very close lifelong friends having passed away, all each month after month after month, and how it devastated her. She really, really, for whatever reason, felt she could go in, open up, has nothing to lose at this point. And scored herself some points.
She has, in my view, she has nothing to lose because she's already lost her dignity many times. She was humiliated by her husband, and then she lost a race that was rigged for her all the way through to a reality TV star who never ran for office before. You're right. She has nothing to lose at this point.
So
right?
is she going to run? What do we think?
You and I were just talking about this. The likelihood that she could get in at this point practically is slim to none. On the other hand, Dick Morris yesterday issued a statement saying he believes that she is dying to run and feels that it's her God-given mission on this earth.
What do you make of we talked about it yesterday. She had another one of these horrendous coughing fits on Howard Stern. And this seems to be a recurring issue with her. You think she's healthy enough to run?
You know what? It's so interesting when she was just open about it and she said, because during the campaign that was a meme, right? The coughing was evidence that her health was in a dire state and she would never live to serve out his full term. She just laughed about it and said, I thought I'd come in and cough some more. And she just fought her way through it.
Very quickly, I know we're going to break, but it's okay. We have Maureen Callahan here. It's a rare treat. I want to play a clip of Prince Andrew's interview, his rather disastrous interview, in which he responds to the allegations that he was best pals with Jeffrey Epstein and they were doing things with underage girls together. This is Prince Andrew.
You went to break up the relationship and yet you stayed at that New York mansion several days. I'm wondering how long...
But I was doing a number of other things while I was there.
But you were staying at the house of a convicted sex offender.
It was a convenient place to stay. I've gone through this in my mind so many times. At the end of the day, with the benefit of all the hindsight that one could have, it was definitely the wrong thing to do. Do I regret the fact that he has quite obviously conducted himself in a manner unbecoming? Yes.
Unbecoming? He was a sex offender.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being polite.
They just happen to have all these naked 15-year-olds running around.
Yes,
What the heck is that?
My goodness. What did you think of the interview?
I thought the interview was, if you're a journalist, it's a dream interview. For Prince Andrew, it's just should be the end of public life at best. Really what he needs to do is sit down with law enforcement. Scotland Yard has not opened an investigation into Prince Andrew's associations with Jeffrey Epstein or any of the young women that have been accusing Epstein and Prince Andrew of sexual abuse.
Okay, well, we're going to open an investigation here when you leave.
There's a lot to be said for
into
convenience,
when we can have you back, because we need you here as much as possible.
Thank you.
You open an investigation into these commercials because we need our sponsors to be watched, otherwise we won't be on air. Stay right there. Hopefully Maureen Callahan will be back with us soon. We'll be back right after this with Simon Constable.